Gangsters do gangster shit. What gangsters do, let's say if a gangster sells bud on a block and there's like 4 other people that sell bud on that block and this gangster wants that block, he's gonna get rid of the competition, so that way the only person you could buy from is him. And now he could sell to you wherever the fuck he wants to sell you because you have no other fucking options. That's how gangsters move. And that's what your boy Rockefeller did with the fuel industry for the combustion engine vehicle. Hey, what up, y'all? It's your boy the God at Older God in IG. This is the Book of O and Vibe Masters Media. Today's episode is As Above, So Below, the Vehicle Part 2. On this episode, I'll be getting into the tech side of things that pertains to the combustion engine motor vehicle and how technology is being used to get you out of control of the vehicle and also make you less aware of what's going on with the vehicle as well. So now let me get into how are they using technology to take you out of control, to take you out of the driver's seat of the motor vehicle and get you used to being disconnected and unaware of anything else. So let me give an example, right? If I were to tell you somebody drives a Tesla Model 3 and I'll tell you somebody else drives 1980s, I don't know, Honda Civic or something like that, stick shift manual, and I were to ask you, who's the better driver? Who's the more aware driver? Who's less likely to drink and drive? Who's less likely to text and drive? You're gonna say it's the person that has less nannies, less help, less technology in their vehicle because they gotta be more aware of what's going on. Because they have a manual transmission, they gotta be aware of the RPMs of the vehicle. Because they don't have lane keep assist, they gotta be aware of what lane they're in and how they switch lanes. They gotta make sure they're using their turning signals. Because they don't have backup cameras, they gotta be aware of the dimensions of their vehicles and how well it fits into spaces. They gotta know their vehicle, like how it moves, how much space they have. And because they don't have auto parking or auto driving, they gotta know how to do those things themselves. And because they don't have cruise control, they gotta be aware of their foot being on the gas constantly, how much gas they're putting down, how much gas they're not giving the car. They gotta be aware of that all the time because they have no help, they have no nannies, all right? The car is just being a car, it's just a vehicle. And the person in that 1980 Civic is in full control of that vehicle. That's why you're seeing them now, like when people have money, like people that don't really have money, people that just gotta have like one car and stuff, if they live in a city, they tend to get the car that has like the most technology, the most help they could possibly get because living in a city fucking sucks, especially if you have a car. All right, cities are built to suck for people who drive. All right, they're built to suck for people in general. Okay, let me give you another example. Right, picture a car that's built for the city. Now picture a car that's built for the open road, that's built for going through canyons, that's built for going through back alleyways and stuff like that. Right, built for no speed limit. Do you picture the same car? No. When you picture a car for the city, you probably picture like a Toyota Camry. Not that a Toyota Camry, has old amount of technology, but, it's good on gas. You're going to picture a Prius. You're going to picture a Tesla. You're going to picture probably like one of the new Beamers, something like that. Something that has a lot of technology. Something that has, the auto braking, lane keep assist, letting you know when there's a car next to you because you don't want to fucking turn your head to see, or you don't want to look at the side mirror. You don't trust yourself no more, right? One that has like a backup camera because you don't trust yourself to park in the spot or to know how much space you have because you're not aware of the dimensions of your vehicle, right? Even though for years, people did not have backup cameras and were parking just fine. Now, people will say, oh, there's more people in cities now. Yes, but there's also a congestion theory going on with cities also. In New York, it went into play, I think, around the Bloomberg area. I'm not sure it was the end of Giuliani's era, but definitely the Bloomberg era, he put that into play, the congestion theory, where basically he wants to congest everybody into one specific spot, into one location, which creates a bunch of traffic, which is good for business, but bad for people. And it's all in one spot, one area. So that way you could charge more rent for those areas and you could charge more for parking. Basically, those parts are like money pits People are paying for parking. People are paying for tickets. People are paying for speeding cameras. People are paying for red light cameras. People are paying for traffic. People are paying for all these things, all right? Because the government does not make any money. The people make the money, and the government just take a little piece of the people, all right? And persuading the people that, oh, we're doing it for y'all. That's what you guys pay us for, to do this shit for y'all, which we all know is not true. But anyway, going back to the vehicles, right? That's why you hear people saying now that cars are becoming soulless, right? They're getting rid of the V8 engines in cars. If you watch YouTube, if you're a car person, you see that they're getting rid of the V8 engines. They're doing more V6 engines in a lot of cars, and they're doing more turbo engines because of fuel economy, right? And they're going more into electric cars. Why are they going more into electric cars now? The technology for electric cars has been out for years. That's why the company is called Tesla. He came out with that technology years ago. As a matter of fact, in the 1920s, 1930s, you had cabs, like I think it was like 30% of cabs, something like that, were powered by electric. They were electric cabs. In the 1920s, 1930s, we didn't have mostly gas-powered vehicles. We had steam-powered vehicles, gas-powered vehicles, and electric-powered vehicles. It's just that there was somebody named Rockefeller who owned a bunch of gas, and he was a fucking goon, and he made shit happen so that way he was the only option, because that's what a goon does. That's what gangsters do, all right? Gangsters do gangster shit. What gangsters do, let's say if a gangster sells bud on a block, and there's like 4 other people that sell bud on that block, and this gangster wants that block, he's gonna get rid of the competition, so that way the only person you could buy from is him. And now he could sell to you wherever the fuck he wants to sell you, because you have no other fucking options. That's how gangsters move. And that's what your boy Rockefeller did with the fuel industry for the combustion engine vehicle. Got rid of the steam people, he got rid of the electric shit, and only left it with gas. Well, now, because the emphasis now is on controlling people, and also in order to control you, we need you to be less aware. We need you to be less in control. We want to have more control over you and what you're doing, where you're going. So we need more technology in your car, because technology now is being used for control. At first, technology is being used to help society, help you connect with people, help you do things, help make life easier, more comfortable, right? That's the way you're pitched. That's the way things are sold to you. Comfort and safety is always a way to control you. Always, 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 always. Always a way to control. Remember that. If it's not like your parents or some shit like that, like if it's not somebody that truly loves you, that knows you and stuff like that, wants the best for you and everything, and even them, they don't want to control you, right? They want to protect you, keep you safe, make you comfortable, just so you could be safe and comfortable, not in exchange for anything. Keep that in mind. When you drive your vehicle, pay attention to where you're going. When you turn, try parking without using the backup camera. Learn the dimensions of your vehicle. Switch lanes without using the fucking lane keep assistance shit like that, right? Drive without cruise control. Be 100% control your vehicle. I suggest that everybody learn how to drive manual transmission. Even me, I gotta learn how to fucking drive manual transmission. So you could know how it feels to be in full control of the vehicle. Full control, know everything that's going on with it. Even the steering feel of cars is fake now. It's electric steering now. So there's like a knob that controls how stiff it gets, how loose it gets, how soft it gets. It's a knob to control that, because you're not supposed to really know what's going on. Before, when it was drive-by-wire, you were able to feel what the tires were feeling through the steering wheel. You could feel every pebble in the road. You could feel like when the road changes and stuff like that, you could feel it through the steering wheel. You had real connection to the car. Like I said, that's why people, when they get money, or when they get, the first thing they do when people get money, when people get rich or whatever, they get out of the city, they get out of urban cities, they go buy a property or something somewhere like that, where they have privacy, they have space, they have land, and then they buy vehicles that have no technology in them at all. Elon Musk, you know billionaires don't really drive. Like, really, you're a billionaire, bro. You're not gonna drive. Billionaires fly and sail places. They're on boats and they're in the air. You know why? Because Gen Pop ain't on boats and they ain't in the air. You need to have to make a certain amount of money to be in the ocean. You need to make a certain amount of money to be in the air. So they don't really drive. But the one car he says he does drive is an old Jaguar E-Type. That car is fully mechanic, manual transmission, has no type of technology on it at all. Like no GPS, no nothing, no backup cameras, nothing like that. And that's what he drives. A lot of these billionaires, tech people and stuff, they do these these tech escapes, all right, where they go somewhere for like a week or two or a month or whatever and have no technology whatsoever to keep them grounded. Us as people, we need that too. Keep that in mind with your vehicle, all right? And they're also telling you that, oh, we got to switch the cars to electricity because the environment is safer, this and that, da, da, da. Listen, to make the batteries for electric vehicles causes so much fucking pollution. That's why there's only one country, well, it's not only one country, but there's one country that makes 90% of the electric vehicle batteries. And guess who that is? China, all right? The country with like probably the most pollution because it's so dirty to make those freaking batteries. That's why they only make them there. The US doesn't want to make them. We don't make the batteries here. All tech companies are linked like this with China anyway. China has all the materials that people use for technology and stuff like that. Guess where those materials are from? Africa. Guess who owns a bunch of the mines and shit that's in Africa? China. They're basically consolidating all of the mining, all of the factory work to certain spots and putting it under control of one entity. Also, to make the electricity for those little power stations that people use to power the electric car, guess what they do? They burn oil, they burn gas to make that electricity. They've shown that factories burn 3 times more CO2 to make one electric vehicle than it does to make one combustion engine vehicle. And also, cars can be powered by hydrogen. Toyota right now is making, I think it's like a hydraulic cell vehicle. So that way cars can be powered by hydrogen. And I think even Porsche was talking about using gas or a certain type of gas or something like that to power a vehicle that burns less fumes than any combustion engine vehicle, right? So these car companies are trying to make it happen because they want people to keep the feeling of driving, all right? The creators of Porsche, the creators of Toyota and stuff like that, these guys are actually drivers. Like, they like to freaking drive. So they want people to keep the feeling of driving. But the big money, there's a group of big money, a group of them, that what they want is control. And they're going to do it through technology. So in order to do it through technology, they need everything to be powered by electric vehicles, and they need everything electric. That way they have an excuse to add more technology to everything. All right, take away more power from you. Anyway, that's why cars now are soulless, because of those reasons. Because you're disconnected, because you can't feel nothing. You don't feel the engine. You don't hear the engine. The engine you think you're hearing is fake noise. They've been putting fake noise pumping through the speakers for years. For years they've been doing it. So you're getting help parking. You're getting help driving. You're getting help staying in lanes. You're getting help braking. You're getting help steering. You're getting so much fucking help. And what all that help does is make you a dumber driver. It makes you a less aware driver. If you want somebody to be a really good driver, you got to put them in a car that they have full control over and no help. That way they're forced to be aware. All of this technology and stuff in cars, they're trying to make it easier for you to stay on your phone. They want you to stay on your phone. The point of all this is to keep you glued. Keep your attention on your phone. Keep your attention on the programming. That's why it's cool for cars to drive themselves. That's why it's cool to have help with everything, right? That's why they're making it easier to use your phone in your car and stuff. They're saying, oh, it's to be safe so you don't cause accidents and shit like that. If you want to be safer so you don't cause accidents, then you make it harder for someone to text and drive. You don't make it easier for them to text and drive. All right, so stay on point. I'll catch y'all next time. 1.